Hi there, this is Harry and welcome back to Advanced English Lessons with Harry, where I try to help you to get a better understanding of the English language. I help you with all aspects of your grammar, improving your vocabulary and how to use adjectives, verbs and nouns in the correct way. And as you know by now, I'm a great advocate of one-to-one lessons because I really think this is the best way in which you can improve your language skills. So let me ask you a question. Have you heard about Preply? Preply is an online language learning platform. Preply concentrates on one-to-one tuition, which will help you get better results and to have more confidence in your communication skills. Preply have the best tutor for you. They have over 32,000 tutors that are native speakers in Spanish, German, French, Portuguese, Chinese, over 50 different languages, and of course English. And all you have to do is use one of their filters to narrow down your search further. You can enjoy structured learning, and with Preply it's easy to keep track of your learning progress. Preply learning plans also help you improve your speaking and your vocabulary. With Preply's 100% satisfaction guarantee, they will replace free your tutor if for any reason your choice doesn't live up to your expectations. And so remember to click on the description below and use the promo code to ensure that you get 50% off the first lesson that you purchase with Preply. Thanks Preply for sponsoring this lesson. So as I said, this is an advanced English lesson, and it's an advanced English lesson where I'm going to give you 20 verbs relating to eating and drinking. So these are verbs that you can use to describe the way you or somebody else eats and drinks. Okay, so there are lots of them. Some of them are informal, some of them a little bit more formal. So what I'll do is I'll give you the verb and I'll tell you what type of food that it refers to or what eating action it refers to. So advanced English, an advanced English lesson, and 20 English verbs relating to eating and drinking. And let's face it, we all enjoy eating and drinking. So if we eat and drink a lot or a little, these verbs will help you to understand and explain it. So, simple one, to bite. Well, we bite. Well, we can bite on nails, yeah? If you're sitting there and you're a bit worried, you bite your nails. But you bite into your food, so we use that type of preposition to bite into your food. Or so if you see a piece of cake, you like to bite a big chunk of cake so you get a nice taste and get a nice hit from the sugar in the cake. To bite. To bolt down your food. Well, this refers to eating food very, very quickly. Bolt is about speed, okay? So when somebody bolts, or they used to describe a horse that runs away, it bolts, it means it runs very fast. So when you bolt down your food, you eat it without really stopping to take a breath of air, okay? And kids usually, if they're in a hurry and they want to get out to play, they usually bolt down their food. And my mother was forever telling me, it's okay, they'll wait for you, don't bolt down your food, you'll choke. To champ on something. Well, horses champ on grass, but humans can champ as well. So we chew the food several times. You know, if you're eating something soft like a salad, you might champ on it because you're not taking big bites. You're champing on the lettuce, you're champing on the scallions, you're champing on the peppers or the onions or the mushrooms, whatever you've got in that particular salad, to champ on them. Yeah? So to eat very slowly and precisely. To choke down. Well, as I said before, when we talk about to bolt down, we use that preposition down with a lot of these expressions because the food goes down, and if we try to eat it quickly, then we can bolt down the food, or in this case to choke down. So you're almost choking as you're eating the food. You tend to take very big bites and therefore you don't eat it properly, and then there's a danger that you will choke or choke down on the food. Now, a very informal word, to demolish. Okay, so this often requires a bit of help. So if there's a gang of young guys or girls and you produce a birthday cake, they will demolish it very quickly. Means you put it on the table and the next time you look, there's nothing left. Wow, you demolished that cake very quickly. Or, as used to happen in my house, you'd open a packet of biscuits, put them on the plate. As soon as you turn your back, they're all gone. So the plate of biscuits was demolished, meaning eaten very, very quickly. The same way with the next verb, to devour. Yeah, when somebody devours the food, they're either very hungry, so they eat it very quickly, or they really like the taste. For example, the plate of biscuits, and particularly those with chocolate, they put them on the plate and then they devour them like in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So again, they're eaten very, very quickly. And somebody might use the expression, wow, you devoured those. Yeah, were you really hungry? You couldn't wait. I mean, will you be able to eat your dinner later? And remember to click the description below and use the promo code to get a 50% reduction in the first lesson that you purchase with Preply. Next one, again, quite informal, to dig in. Now, we used to have this expression, 2, 4, 6, 8, dig in, don't wait. So what it tells you is that you have perhaps a sort of little buffet. You've got the guys from the football team sitting around the table. You've just had a game and they're really hungry. So you've, as we would, put on a big English or Irish fry, lots of sausages, lots of bacon, black pudding. We put them in a couple of bowls and say, okay, guys, 2, 4, 6, 8, dig in, don't wait, and boom, everybody's got their fork in the hand into the bowl. And then again, everything is eaten very, very quickly. So to dig in means go on, help yourself. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me to sit down. You're hungry. Just dig in and eat what you can when you can. Okay, so to dig in. And usually if there's a big gang of people, well then, yes, everybody will dig in and you can't stand on ceremony because if you do, you're going to miss out and you won't get a bite to eat. So dig in. So usually it's about eating food with great enthusiasm. Now, to force down. Okay, so when you force down something, it means that you're a little bit, or the person is a little bit reluctant to eat. So they have to force down the food or the drink, perhaps because they've got a sore throat. Yeah, so if they can't, or it's painful to swallow, then they have to force down the food. But often if you have to take some medicine, and kids, let's face it, and even adults don't like taking medicine, so you have to force it down. You feel like you're going to gag or you're going to vomit or be sick. Yeah, so you have to eat even though you don't want to eat. So you force down. If you've been sick for a couple of days and your friend asks you, are you okay? You said, yeah, look, I haven't been well. Have you been eating? No, I've forced down some toast, but I really couldn't face anything else. I'll have something to eat tomorrow. So to force down means you're reluctant to eat because you don't feel well, but you know you have to. The next, you can use it with or without the preposition. So you can gobble your food or gobble down your food. And that gobble is the sort of noise that farmhouse birds make, like turkeys or chickens or ducks or geese. They gobble the food. So kids love to gobble the food. They eat it very quickly. They hardly stop for air, and they eat it and then gobble it down. So it could be breakfast, it could be lunch, it could be dinner. It doesn't matter what it is. They just eat very quickly. Gobble, 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 gobble. Yeah, like turkeys and chickens. And the same with the next verb, to gulp or to gulp down. Again, with or without the preposition down, to gulp down. Usually this relates to drink. Okay, so you've got a large cup of orange juice or a large glass of water or a cup of tea. Your parents might tell you, okay guys, you have to drink with your food, otherwise you won't feel so comfortable, but don't gulp it down. So when you're in a real hurry to drink, perhaps you want another glass of orange juice or you want another glass of Coke, so you gulp down the first one. And of course what happens when you gulp down the food, you get full of air and then you start burping and belching all over the place. Yeah, so to gulp or gulp down your drink. Also related to drink is the word to guzzle. Okay, so when you guzzle the drink, whether it's water or minerals or tea or coffee, means to drink a lot and very quickly. Now, we also use this word to guzzle when we talk about expensive cars that use a lot of petrol or diesel. Wow, that car guzzles petrol. I mean, wow, I don't know how you fill it, because you must be filling it twice a week or 3 times a week. The price of oil today, it must cost you a fortune. So we use the word when we're relating to cars, but if we talk about people, they guzzle the drink. And it might not necessarily be to do with water or tea, but you can get somebody who has a ferocious and voracious appetite for beer, so they could stand in the bar and stand up to the bar and they could guzzle down several pints. So if somebody's been working really hard or working out in the hot weather, they'll run in and they'll have 2 beers very, very quickly. They will guzzle them down to quench their thirst. To munch. Well, we like to munch on biscuits. You know, you make a certain noise when you're eating biscuits. So you munch on biscuits, or we munch on certain snacks. So it's often a good idea to find out what you like to munch on. Or when I'm watching a movie on a Saturday night, I like to munch on a bag of chips, okay? Something that gives you a nice crunch to it, yeah? So to munch on the Pringles, yeah? You pop open that tube of Pringles and within 10 minutes it's all gone because you've munched them all. To nibble. We nibble on things like cheese. Oh, I'd love to sit down now, a glass of wine and just some nice French cheese, and I'd nibble on that all night. So we nibble on cheese. We nibble on light snacks. Or if we're not so hungry and we just fancy something to take the edge off our appetite, then we'll just nibble on something light. Would you like something to eat? Look, no, if you've got something small, I'll nibble on it. I don't have a big appetite, okay? So to nibble means to eat and take small bites, small portions of food. To peck at. Well, usually somebody pecks at their food, a bit like a bird pecks with its beak. So somebody pecks at their food when they are a little bit fussy, okay? So kids can be fussy eaters and they don't like to eat vegetables. They don't like green, or they don't like orange, or they have a particular hatred of some type of vegetable. So it's very hard for you to get them to eat. And you say, he's terrible. He's a very picky eater. He just pecks at the vegetables, yeah? And then, but put in a plate of chips, of course, he'll eat them all. But the vegetables, he just pecks at them. So when somebody pecks at their food, perhaps it's because, again, they have been ill for a while. They've lost a bit of their appetite. So they just peck at something small. And then when they've had enough, they just push the plate to one side. To pick at. So when we pick at something, again, perhaps it's not so tasty. Perhaps we don't like the smell. Perhaps we've got no appetite. So we just pick at our food. Sometimes when somebody's a bit depressed, you can see them there sitting at the table with their head in their hands. They've got a fork in one hand. They're resting their chin on the other hand. And they're just picking at the food, not really interested, don't even know what they're eating half the time because their mind is on something else. So he's just picking at his food. Or she broke up with her boyfriend 3 or 4 days ago and she's only been picking at her food ever since. Don't worry, she'll get over it. So to pick at something. To savour. Well, now this is a nice word to use. When we savour our food, we really enjoy it. We enjoy every last mouthful. You know, so some really delicious, well-cooked steak. We savour every bite. It's, you know, medium rare, whichever way you like your steak, melt in the mouth, very, very savoury. So to savour your food means to enjoy the first, the middle and the last bite. To scoff your food. This is a very British verb to describe eating. To scoff means to stuff it into your face as fast as you can so that nobody else can get it. He scoffed down all of the sweets and he didn't offer any of them to his friends or his siblings. Yeah? To scoff means to stuff the biscuits or cram the sweets into your mouth and to scoff the food. To snack on something literally means to take bites of small things, yeah, to snack during meals. Often the doctor will tell you if you want to lose weight or you want to stop putting on weight, you have to stop snacking between meals. You have to stop eating biscuits. You have to stop eating other types of food that are full of calories. If you need to snack on something, snack on fruit or snack on some nuts that are healthy nuts, not salted nuts, okay? To snack on small bites to take the edge off your appetite. To tuck in or to tuck into something, again, a very British verb to use. So we get a nice plate of our favorite food, like in a winter's day, a plate of shepherd's pie, and I can't wait to tuck into it, particularly if I've made it myself, my own recipe. Or somebody will tell you, well, look, there's some food for you there. It's a cold night. Just tuck in and that'll be, you'll feel really good when you finish that. Yeah. Okay. So we like to tuck in to our breakfast. We like to enjoy our breakfast. We like to tuck into a homemade meal. So we enjoy eating it. So we take pleasure from eating. And then finally, to wolf or to wolf down the food literally means to eat like a wolf, yeah? So like a savage. So you wolf down the food. So as if you haven't eaten for days or even weeks. So kids, when they come in from school or playing that football match or running around, they can't wait. When's dinner? When's dinner? When's dinner? I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. And as soon as you put the food on the table, before they've even taken breath, they wolf it down. So they eat it very quickly and are ready for more. Okay, so there we have 20 verbs, 20 advanced verbs that you can use to describe eating and drinking. Okay, so they're useful, so you have to try and practice them. You won't use them all, but you will associate some of them with the action of your friend, your family, and particularly your kids. So try to use them. This is Harry saying goodbye. Thanks for listening and join me for the next lesson.